So today I wanted to do a 9-month of breastfeeding update. I guess you could call it an update because I did her 9-month update. I did Erizae's 9-month update, so I wanted to do a 9-month update of breastfeeding. Because yes, I'm still breastfeeding. No, she has never had formula, and yes, I pump when I go to work. So she was 100% breast milk, breastfed. I guess it's your opinion on how you feel about breastfeeding, but I'm for breastfeeding because what I've learned, more nutrients in breast milk than there is in formula. I just want to give her more nutrients because I was not a breastfed baby. My brother was for over 2 years. I want to say that he was almost 3. I feel like he was almost 3, but I was not a breastfed baby. I couldn't be breastfed because after my mom gave birth to me, she had to get surgery and she was on painkillers, so it just wouldn't have been good for me if I was on breast milk. I personally, ever since I was pregnant, I decided that I was going to breastfeed my child, and I have. And people say, how do I stick to it, and isn't it hard? And yes, it's hard, but how I think of it is I want what's best for my daughter, so I do the breastfeeding. At certain points, having like bottle feeding her, having formula would be easier, like in the car. Like I don't pump and bring it along. I just pump. The only time I pump is for work. I only pump when I'm at work. So she only gets bottle, or she only gets milk, like breast milk through a bottle, is when I'm at work, either by my dad or Liki. I don't pump and then like bring it along with us. I just pump and I just save it for her for when I'm at work. So when we're out, like if she's in the car crying, she doesn't use pacifiers, so it would have been way easier if I had formula, you know, to feed her. But it's getting better to where like she knows she's not gonna get it, but now she's into like sippy cups, so she'll have like her water or her juice like when we're out eating. I don't know, like when we co-sleep her, so she sleeps with us, so it's easier for me to just like pull it out and just feed her, and then she'll just eat and then go back to sleep. Like sometimes she'll just hold it and then she'll just go back to sleep, so that makes it easier. I should have written down what I was gonna say, but I didn't, so I'm just all over the place, sorry. So I'm just trying to get everything out about how breastfeeding, to me, I like breastfeeding. Like I've never got any like stares of me breastfeeding, or how people say that, oh, they're like, oh, like they judge you. I've never felt that way. I don't know what I would do if that happened, because it's like I'm feeding my baby. I don't know how I would feel if someone like had to say something wise to me. I don't know what I would do. Honestly, I don't know what I would do. I would feel like I would go off, but then at the same time I would feel like I would be hurt. Like I'm trying to just feed my baby. Like I'm not the type to where like I'll just pop it out and you can just see everything that I cover when I feed her when we're out. Like when we're at home, I don't even care. I just bust out. In the beginning, when we first came home when I was breastfeeding, I would be like, oh, like trying to cover her, like, oh my gosh, don't look. Like everyone in my house has seen it and has seen down there, so I just don't care already. Like I'll just bust it out at the age where she knows it's there. So when she wants, she'll just come up to me and just like pull it down and just eat, like, or suck, eat, suck, drink. She'll drink. So I don't know. For me, breastfeeding is easier, or I personally like it. It's hard to keep up with, or there's nothing that I do really to help my supply. I guess I'm just one of those that supply very well, because I don't take any like vitamins, which I should be, but I don't. I don't take any type of those teas that help you. Sometimes I really wanted to at one point because I thought I wasn't producing, but she's fine. Like some people say that they don't produce enough, like their baby wants to eat more, but I never had that problem to where like, if she's eating, she's like more hungry and she like suck me dry or something. Like then I'll just go to the other side, but then she'll eventually fall asleep, or she'll just pop up and just be done. So I don't know how it works for those people like that, but for me, I don't take anything for it. I don't really have like a diet that I stick to when I eat, which I know I should since I'm breastfeeding. But like I eat fruits and vegetables, I guess, but there's not something where I'm like, I just stick to like, oh no, none of that, none of that, none of that. When I was pregnant, I was like that. I eat no cheeses, I ate no like deli meat, I had no seafood. Like I was really cautious, but now I'm just like, I eat whatever. And then some people say that your baby has allergic reactions to certain things that you're not supposed to eat, but nothing has happened for her, so I guess she's not allergic to anything that I've been eating. I feel like, I don't know, is this video all over the place? I just want to say that I'm for breastfeeding. I still breastfeed. I'm going on almost 10 months. She turns 10 months on the 30th. So I feel that breastfeeding is good. Thumbs up for breastfeeding. Like I guess it depends on your opinion and how you do it. Like I'm still working, or I'm working, and my coworkers, they don't breastfeed. They said, one of them said that they didn't produce anymore, and then one of them said that it was just too hard, and how did I do it? Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not the type that has like a freezer loaded with breast milk. I wish I was, but I don't pump that much. Like, basically I pump the day of that I'm gonna work, and it's just in the fridge, and then whatever is left over, I'll just put it in the freezer. Or if I work the next day, then I'll just bring it back out, or I'll leave it out. I'm not the type that has like a full stock loaded in the freezer, which I should, but I did. But like, when I know that it's there, then I won't pump for work, because it's like, oh, I have some left over, so I don't need to pump. Because pumping is so much work. Like, there's just so much hassle. Like, you have to bring the pump out, like you have to sterilize like the pumping part that goes onto you. You have to like sterilize that, like it breaks down to little pieces, and you have to get the little scrubber and like scrub in there, you know, because the milk touches that and then it goes into the bottle, and then your baby is going to be drinking out of that. So like, it's hard work. I hate pumping. Like, I don't like pumping. That's why I only pump when I have to. So like, today I have to work, so I'm going to end up pumping later on, so I can have for her for when I'm gone. But like, she doesn't drink that much milk when I'm gone. Like, when people ask me how much ounces does she drink, like, I honestly don't know, because I breastfeed her. But when I'm gone, she does not drink that much. Like, 4 ounces should last her like 4 to 8 hours. Like, sometimes she won't even finish it. Like, she just won't take it. Even when she was like younger, like, now I know she can drink like water and juices, and she eats now, like baby food, table food, whatever. But even when she was like little, she wouldn't drink that much. So I don't know how much ounces that goes for. I feel like if you have the right mindset that you want to do it, you'll do it. Like, sometimes I think of like, oh, I should just give her formula, because like I'm too lazy to pump, or oh, it's getting difficult, like my nipples are getting tender, sorry. But like, oh, talking about nipple tenders, in the beginning people were telling me to rub the cream, I don't even remember what it's called, but I had from when I gave birth, like the hospital, they gave me like a little bitty tube. I never ever finished that. And then when I came home, like someone that came with my breast pump, it was like kind of like a big one, like maybe like that big. It's like a tubey thing. It's a Modelo one. The lanolin cream. Is that what it's called? It's lanolin. If that's not what it's called, then forget what that I said that. But maybe I used like 10% of it. Like, I don't know, my nipples didn't get that cracky hard stage that everyone says that happens to them. That never happened to me, and until this day it doesn't. And I don't put nothing on there. I don't even use breast pads anymore. Like, sometimes like I'll catch myself leaking, like I'll be wet and I'll just be like, oh, I'm leaking, but it's no big deal anymore. Like, I don't care, and I don't use the pads, like, cause it's just so much hassle of having to change it out. Like, oh, like it's nasty. Like, it doesn't even last that long anyway. Like, I don't know, I don't leak, so I don't feel the need to have to wear it, even though sometimes I leak. But I just don't care for the pads, so I don't use any pads. I don't use any creams. I feel like this is like an easy breastfeeding for me. Like, I don't need anything, or I don't put anything. I don't have a certain diet. Maybe I was just lucky, I don't know. Like, some people ask me like, how do you do it? But honestly, I don't know. I feel like if you have the right mindset, then you can do it. Like, I always said that I was going to breastfeed, and I wanted to go up until a year, or until she can have whole milk. Then I'll be fine. So that's what I'm trying to go for. And she's almost 10 months. And I always said that once I get her to 9 months, I was just going to pump, just like feed in the bottle, so she's not attached to me. But like, it's just, like I said, I hate pumping. It's just too much work, so I'm not going to even bother with that. But maybe until she's a year, then I can slowly, I don't think I'm going to end up doing the whole pump so she drinks from bottles. I feel like I'm just going to, when she can drink whole milk, I'll like transition her there, and then maybe I can do this like at night since she does sleep with us. I'm trying to get her out. At one point I did have her not sleep with us, but then it's just so much easier. Like, you can say whatever you want, but it's just so much easier for me. I'd rather have her in bed with me, easier to feed, fast asleep, than her screaming because she doesn't want to sleep, or like in her crib, she doesn't want to sleep in there. Like, she'll like for real she'll scream and cry, and then like there's no sleep for anybody. And like, I live with my dad and my brother, and then my boyfriend and my daughter. Like, it's not just us. Like, if she's screaming, I'm waking up the entire house, which I don't want to do. So that's one reason why I had her in the bed with us. And then some people, like, they judge me, like, oh my gosh, that's not good. Like, we've been doing it for a long time now, like a really long time, like maybe since she was like 3 months old. I know that's bad, but that's how it looks. Like, we had a bassinet for her when she was little, and then like that I kept her in, but then after a while she was sleeping in the middle of us with her, like her bouncer, and then that was easy. And then after a while she was just sleeping next to us, like in the middle of us, and she stowed us. Like, the bed is getting so crowded because she's getting bigger, but it's easier. So until I figure out a new way for that, she's co-sleeping because it's easier for me to breastfeed. I'm going off topic. So now that she's back asleep, I just set her back to sleep. I'm gonna do one more update, maybe at her 1 year. I'll do an update again on breastfeeding. This time I'll have more like in-depth things. If you have any questions, just comment, and then I'll just hopefully I'll start to write things down that I know that I forgot, or if I think that I forgot, or if anything else changes or anything is different, then I'll redo that definitely. So like if you're gonna wait for that 1 year. Bye.